Hello and welcome to Travel Tales, my weekly podcast. I'm Isabella, the virtual travel agent within the new Journey Hero travel app that will soon be available for you to download. Each episode of this podcast, we visit a particular location around the world and speak with travellers that are empowered by Journey Hero every day. Rome is one of the truly great cities of the world. Although ancient beyond belief, it is still a vibrant and livable city in the home of more than 4.2 million residents. Rome is the eternal city, and it has captured our hearts and imaginations. I've asked my good friend Claudia to speak with me about the home of the Catholic Church. How are you, Claudia?
Hi, Isabella, or should I say, ciao, Isabella. I'm great, thanks, and I'm really excited to be talking to you about Rome. Definitely one of the favourite cities in the world for me.
Why do you like Rome so much, Claudia?
It is the type of place where you can walk pretty much everywhere, and that's exactly what I do. Rome has always something to surprise and amaze me around every corner. It is a city full of history and power, so whenever I visit Rome, I always find new treasures that surprise me.
Rome somehow feels like home for everyone. There is something about the city that embraces visitors as its own.
It definitely feels like home to me, Isabella. Rome makes me feel like part of my heart has always been there and always will be.
For our listeners, let me tell you about travelling to Rome. You will most likely arrive at the Leonardo da Vinci International Airport in the coastal town of Fiumicino. There has been a recent refurbishment of the airport, which is now a convenient facility. From the airport, you can take a train, bus or taxi into town. The train is the fastest at about 30 minutes, but won't be convenient if you have luggage. Taxis have a fixed rate into the city, and hotels all have their own cars which can meet you. Depending on traffic, a trip from Fiumicino to central Rome can take 45 to 90 minutes. If you're just staying around Rome, I'd highly recommend that you not rent a car. Rome is a medieval city. Its streets are narrow, and there is no inexpensive parking available. So, Claudia, what are your favourite sights in Rome?
Oh wow, there are so many wonderful sights in the city that it's hard to narrow down to my favourites, but I will try. The Forum and The Colosseum is a great place to start exploring Rome, because it was once the very centre of the empire. I love to stand in front of the Senate House and think about the history of this great city. Right outside the Forum is the Colosseum, whose official name is the Flavian Amphitheatre. This iconic arena is the model for all modern stadiums we see today.
I agree that the Forum and Colosseum are wonderful to behold.
They surely are, Isabella, but I'm just starting. The Pantheon is a must-see stop for me every time I'm in Rome. I love to walk around the interior, especially in the rain. The open-air oculus allows the rain to come down and coat the marble floor, which drains very quickly, almost like magic. Then, of course, there is St. Peter's Square, a masterpiece by Bernini. My favorite spot is to stand next to the Egyptian obelisk at the center of the ring of columns and slowly turn a full circle, taking in the collective sights until I turn my eyes to the astonishing St. Peter's Basilica.
That is an awe-inspiring sight.
It sure is, Isabella. Not far from the Vatican is the impressive Castel Sant'Angelo. The building was originally built as the tomb of the Emperor Hadrian, but its long and diverse history has remained remarkably. Then I have to mention the museums that house priceless collections of some of the most precious objects in the world. The Musei Capitolini is my very favorite museum in Rome, and it sits at the top of the Capitolini Hill. The collection of artifacts and artwork is remarkable, and I especially like the ancient Temple of Jupiter. It sits at the back of the museum, and it's in the original place from over 2,700 years ago. It is just incredible. The Vatican Museum also has an impressive collection that cannot be excelled, and the surrounding structure of the Vatican is just breathtaking. Then, of course, the Sistine Chapel is truly beautiful. The Galleria Borghese is a wonder to behold, with its incredible collection of artworks spanning some of the greatest masters.
Wow, Claudia, I knew that Rome was one of your favourite cities, but you seem to know it perfectly.
Yes, Isabella, I really love it, and I love walking around the wonderful parks and piazzas of Rome, like Piazza Navona and the Parco Pamphili, Torre Argentina and Ponte Milvio. Ancient people were exactly like us. They loved beauty. These places are just so gorgeous.
Rome has so much to offer visitors. Speaking of special offers, listen to this short message about the Journey Hero app. With Journey Hero, you can dream, search, shop and book deals easily that are just right for you. Then, after you find your best trip, we'll keep looking for an even better deal. If we find it, we'll ask you if you want to swap. If you choose to swap, we will take care of all of the rebooking and refund the difference in price to your wallet. All with never storing your data on the cloud. There are no unfulfilled promises, no in-store credits and no fuss. Just money back in your wallet. How cool is that? Now, back to our podcast. Can you tell us some favourite places to eat in Rome, Claudia?
Oh, I sure can, Isabella. The best thing about eating in a restaurant in Rome is that you're surrounded by so much history while eating the delicious Roman recipes and drinking fabulous Italian wines. And here are some of the best loved ones for me. My absolute favorite in Rome is to sit on the patio of Santa Lucia, which is right around the corner from Piazza Navona. Actually, this may well be my single favorite restaurant in the entire world. That movie, Eat, Pray, Love, starring Julia Roberts, filmed the eat part at Santa Lucia. Sitting under the sycamore trees on the patio with friends is simply an unforgettable experience.
Yum, that sounds fantastic. I remember the movie and the food looked fantastic.
A close second for Santa Lucia is Pierluigi, the finest fish and seafood restaurant in Rome. I love to sit outside on warm evenings because it's perfectly situated on Piazza de' Ricci. Pierluigi has a fabulous wine list and the food is beyond comparison.
You're making me so hungry, Claudia. But what if I don't want to have a big dinner? Where would I go in Rome?
Well, in that case, and if you're near the Colosseum, you have to grab a slice of pizza from Pizzeria di Sforza Piero. There is no place to sit, but they can put a wonderful slice of pizza in your hands in just a few seconds. The pizza is delicious, fresh, and a real treat that won't break the bank.
You surely know Rome like your own hometown, Claudia. Rome is known for its sights, but how does it stack up for nightlife, Claudia?
Rome has some of the most chic and sophisticated nightlife in all of Europe. Romans make a real effort to dress up when they go out at night, and this, I think, gives a feeling of glamour about nightlife there.
How exciting! So where are your favourite night spots?
For glamour, I recommend the patio upstairs, the Zuma Restaurant. It is the building that holds the Fendi store in Rome and the Fendi Hotel right on the Corso next to the Spanish Steps. There is no cooler place for a cocktail. Right down the street is the Hotel de Russie, which has a magical internal patio where cocktails are amazing. This is Roccoforte's premier property and the service is impeccable. It is right next to Piazza Del Popolo, which means a quick stroll after a few martinis will clear your head. But my favorite night spot in Rome is Bar del Fico, very close to Santa Lucia Restaurant, right off the Piazza Navona. This little place is not as dramatic as the other location, but you are certain to find the glitterati of Rome there. It is relaxed and a bit hipster, but that gives it incredible character.
Those sound like wonderful places for relaxing and having fun in Rome. Rome has accommodation to fit all tastes and budgets. I know you prefer locally owned and operated hotels. What are your recommendations for Rome?
For a touch of nostalgia, I recommend the Majestic Hotel. This is where Fellini filmed La Dolce Vita in the 1950s, and it's a grand old lady. This is also one of the only family-owned and operated hotels left in Rome. The hotel workers really love their hotel, and it shows. Plus, the Majestic is very reasonably priced.
Wow, such history.
Speaking of history, a second hotel that I love is the Dome Hotel, a boutique property on the Via Giulia, very close to the Tiber River. This was once a dilapidated property that had been a 17th century Claretian monastery. It has been beautifully modernized while keeping many of its original features. It is very comfortable and in a perfect location. Now, my favorite place to stay if I'm going to visit more than just Rome is the QC Termi Hotel, only 5 minutes from Fiumicino Airport. It is much less expensive than hotels in central Rome, and it has the added feature of a real Roman bath under the main building, and believe it or not, more than 20 pools throughout the grounds. It is a real treat to stay at the QC Termi, and I always plan at least one day there just to lounge around the baths and pools.
All of those sound fabulous, Claudia. I miss Rome so much, and your recommendations sound just perfect. Do you have any final comments you'd like to say about Rome?
I could talk about Rome all day long, Isabella. It's just wonderful any time of the year. During the summer, the evenings are long and warm. In the autumn, the weather is crisp and the trees change colors. During the holiday period in winter, Rome is one of the most exciting cities in the world. And in the spring, the city comes alive in color. It really is a city for all seasons.
Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge of Rome, Claudia. Thanks for listening to Travel Tales with me, Isabella. Before you go, show some love by leaving us a review where you found this podcast. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook at Journey Hero app for more travel inspiration. Be sure to download the app as soon as it's available in your area.